Alright, so we got the second trailer of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet revealed this morning as soon as I went into work, which was pretty sucky. Lighting is as horrible as always in my videos. Let's actually open this one up. I know you're supposed to have lighting in front of you instead of behind you, but I kind of don't have that. Like, that's the best I got. I just turned on the light in the room. Oh, I guess I could turn these off. But I don't know if that helps. Not really. Turn my laptop brightness up is as high as it is. Anyways, yeah, so before we get into trailer 2, I want to look back on trailer 1 just to kind of see what specific stuff we can kind of keep in mind when looking at trailer 2. Okay, so very wide open area here. Looks like we've got a traditional Pokemon Center in the front. Huge areas. A couple different castles that seem separated from the actual main town. And then some type of a lab in the faraway area. And then here we have, obviously, like a lake view. That's the inside of the town, Pokemart. So we get a bunch of Starly, which is really cool. Staraptor's the goat, right? So we get a handful of Starly, Hoppip, and Lileep, I think is the name of that. And then I don't know this one, but this is the baby form of Serena. Psyduck, Driftbloom, Combee, Meowth. That is loud, and I have that on like the tiniest thing. Clawitzer, Pelipper, Swablu, Pikachu. NPCs kind of moving independently. Blissey, Survivor, Larvitar, Magnemite, Lucario. Probably Dratini, since Dratini has a statue. That is so loud. Oh, it's because it's coming out of my monitor audio. That explains it. And that's basically it. Okay, so very general type deal. So here's the second trailer. We're going to watch this. Okay. It's like a pit stop. And there's lines and stuff there too. So I guess you can park. There's been rumors of having like cars or bikes. I mean, like obviously bikes have been in Pokemon since Gen 1, but like rideable Pokemon that just mechanically are bikes. So kind of like the idea of ride Pokemon, except you're not riding a goat, you're riding a bike Pokemon. And there seems to be 3 stations, a green, a red, and a blue. So, and this obviously kind of looks like a pit stop Pokemart type deal. So it's probably red for the Pokemon Center, blue for the Mart, and then green for something else. It could be Wi-Fi connections and online multiplayer were features in Pokemon games up until, I think, Gen 5. Gen 5 did away with them, I think? No, Gen 5 still had them, or they had something on the second floor. It had the GTS and a couple other things. But Gen 6 had the PSS, which was really good. Gen 7 had player codes, I think, which Gen 8 also does. I really liked the PSS. I much preferred it. So that could be something wireless related. It could be Pokemon storage. It could be maybe like trade in your items, or not items, your moves. Like you can go there to like, you know, mix and match your Pokemon moves. And then here we have the 2 schools, Orange and Purple. This has been something that's been heavily rumored as well. Or Scarlet and Violet. Tangerine and Grape. So I'm still a little miffed about these logos. I just don't like the negative space that's in with them, with the yellow. Sada and Toro. Okay, and then we got our 3D models for Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco. Really good ones. Are you these three's trainer? This is probably the starter selection. And you can say, no, I'm one of their trainers. Because I highly doubt they're going to give you all three. Although that would be really interesting. That would be... Who just texted me? Okay. That would be really interesting if you could get all three starters just at the beginning. I really hope that the game... Because starters have a pretty good stat balance. The worst one is Meganium, to the best of my knowledge. But no, the majority of starters have really good stats. Or like above average, you know? Like not as good as Pseudo Legends, but pretty up there. So they would have to like balance the game around that, I would say, if they gave you all three starters. She looks older too. She seems more experienced and put together. Like she might be an upperclassman within your school. Does she wear the opposite uniform of what you wear? So this is her wearing the Scarlet uniform. Okay, no, and she's wearing Scarlet. The player is. Sends Sprigatito, and she sends... Okay. Nimona. I like that. Quaxley. Okay, so this is the Pika clone. It's very chubby looking, like a bear. It's really cute. I like how it's not just a mouse, you know, like there's something else here. Like obviously it still has mouse elements, but it's not just a mouse, right? If you connect with your friends, you can head out up to 4 of you at a time. Oh wait, they were emoting. And there were different emotes too, it looked like. One of them was jumping. Yeah, this one's kind of doing the hooray, and the girl in the middle is waving. There's different emotes. You can even see it here. This guy on the right, yeah, different emotes. That's really cool. And it looks like Pokemon follow you, although I bet that's... Well, it can't be all that selective, because they have 3D models for every Pokemon. So, or for everyone that's in the game. So, theoretically, you could have Pokemon follow you, which is pretty good. I never got the DLC for Sword and Shield, so I don't really know how practical that was in 3D. From what I had seen, it was a little glitchy. Like, if you got too close to the Pokemon, if it's a bigger Pokemon and you got too close to them, they went back in their ball. And if you outran them, they went back in their ball as well. So hopefully this is a lot better. I mean, honestly, I would prefer either a good feature or just not at all. Like, 3D is such a demanding thing when it comes to Pokemon. It's just they've gotten things wrong every generation. They've gotten things right, but a decent amount of time, some things have looked very questionable. So, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, I don't need it in 3D, but I expect it in 2D, following Pokemon. Like, fan games and stuff, I expect the majority of fan games that are in 2D to be really, really good and polished and have the majority of dominant features in the franchise. I know not all of them have following Pokemon, and it's not a must-have, but it's kind of expected a little bit for 2D. So we do have player customization, even though it's pretty loose. As long as the underlining theme here is basically just you got to be a school trainer. You have to have the tie and the polo button-up type deal. But, like, this kid's wearing gym shorts. And then those are dress pants, and then just regular shorts? Oh, no, those are gym shorts, too. They're, like, khaki shorts. Fletchling! So we got Starly from the first one. And then now we have Talonflame. And then so that's two really good bird route Pokemon. Ampharos, Flaffy, and then that looks. Oh, that's new. Yeah, okay. Lechonk. That's cute. I like that. I'm gonna guess either normal or ground, and it's going to evolve into at least a fighting type. He's got some type of a Tauros variant on his shirt. Choodle, okay. Okay, so it's got a Pokeball on it, on the top half of the logo. So it might be wireless communication, like for trading and such. It's storage. Look, there's a person, and then a person, and then a box. It's storage. That's what it is. It's the PC. Different emotes, or at least an idle animation for here. The kid was messing with his glasses. Trading a Bagon and a Larvitar. Two Pseudos in base game. That's pretty good. Venonat, Colossal, Toxapex, and something else. Cryogonal. Gengar, always a fan favorite. Something Mantis. There's the Talonflame. And then Gyms. Okay, let's look at these more in depth. So grass, fire, ground. Okay. Grass, fire, and ground. It's pretty cool. Okay, now we get a cinematic. Ba-da-dum bum ba-da-bum bum ba-da-bum bum ba-da-dum. Ooh. Woohoo! That looks cool. Oh, wow. I know that's a cinematic, but that's really good. The scales. Is that rubber? Its chest is a wheel. These are bikes. That's really cool. I actually don't know which I'm leaning more towards the Scarlet Legendary. Although Violet looks really cool too. So if I had to guess, I'd say this one's obviously electric and this one's obviously fighting. So I would probably make them both dragons. So dragon fighting and dragon electric. That's pretty nice, if I had to guess. Times 4 weak to fairy kinda sucks, because fairy is arguably one of the best types in the game, if not the best type, simply because it beats out dragon and has a decent amount of resistances. It's just a really good offensive typing. Although steel is really, really good too, and it beats fairy. So arguably, steel's probably the best type overall, especially in context of like defense. So yeah, times 4 weak to fairy kind of sucks. But Dragon Electric, I think that's the first Dragon Electric we've ever had, which is nice. Obviously, we've had Dragon Fighting in Komodo. November 18th. That's when, isn't that when Oras came out? Or was Oras the 21st or 24th? 21st. 21st. So, anyways. So that's cool. Let's check out the website. So it takes you to the trailer. Obviously, you can pre-order it. I'll probably pre-order closer to the actual release date. So Quaxley, Fuecoco, and Sprigatito. Is this just going to play the trailer? Oh, no, it loops the starters. Learn more about the three, along with other wonderful Pokemon, including the legendary Pokemon Koraidon and Miraidon. Well, the latter one refers to future Mirai, or Myra. Legendary Pokemon Koraidon and Miraidon. Okay, so I'm guessing this is like a past and a future type deal. Especially if these are supposed to be bikes. So this is going to be like a very traditional motorbike type thing. And then this is going to be an electric bike. More new Pokemon. Palmy, Lechonk, and Smoliv. Can we like click on them and it... Oh, it does. Okay. Koraidon and Miraidon grace the covers of Scarlet and Violet, respectively. Koraidon is a legendary Pokemon you meet in Scarlet, and Miraidon is the one you meet in Violet. These two Pokemon are said to have powers that far surpass those of other Pokemon, but details about Koraidon and Miraidon are still shrouded in mystery. Okay, that's about what I expected. And then let's check out these little boys. Okay, Palmy. Category, mouse Pokemon. I've never seen a mouse that looks like that. That looks more like a bear. Type, electric. Height, 1 foot, I'm guessing. Weight, 5.5 pounds. Ability, static and natural cure. Okay. Palmy is one of the Pokemon used by Nemona, your friend. Electric discharge. Thick fur that stores electricity. Okay. So cute. Lechonk. We didn't get the regional bird. I wonder if there will be one. Hog Pokemon, normal type. Aromavale and Gluttony. What does Aromavale do again? That's a very peculiar ability. Introduced in Gen 6. Prevents allies from being afflicted by taunt, torment, incur. Oh, okay. So it's a support for doubles. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to guess fighting or ground, because it's a normal type. So it probably evolves into fighting or ground. And then Smoliv, definitely grass. Olive Pokemon. Grass normal. Ability early bird. Okay. It's also one of the Pokemon used by Nemona. Oil so bitter and astringent, it will make you flinch. Slowing down its opponents. Oil. Fine without eating or drinking. Okay, so I'm getting like a stalling out vibe. So like this is like, you know, does small bits of damage and this is heals. So, grass and normal. That's the first one of those, I think. Because we have normal fire in Pyroar. So this might be the grass equivalence type deal. So, okay. Was Lechonk used by Nemona? Yeah, Nemona has all three. That's interesting. And then, let's check out the starters. Sprigatito. Grass type, grass cats, 9 pounds, overgrow. Makes their opponent lose their will to battle. That sounds pretty either dark or fighting. Age in its ability to photosynthesize. Adds moisture. Okay. Fuecoco. Firecroc. Laid back, does things at its own pace, loves to eat, and will sprint forward at any food it finds. Converts fire into energy. These scales are always warm, and at times they also grow very hot. I wonder what that'll evolve into. The yellow color palette and the fact that it mentions energy, some people speculate electric. The leaks and rumors say ghost, and I kind of hope that's not the case, just because we got Hisui and Typhlosion. So I would kind of like something else. Something either we haven't seen before, like in general, for fire types, like fire electric, or something that we at least haven't seen before with starters. So a serious mannered Pokemon will follow in its trainer's wake. It's tidy and especially dislikes getting its head dirty. Okay. The coif on its head is slicked back using a rich, moist cream, and it becomes unkept when dry. So it uses its strong legs to swim freely. In battle, it kicks at its opponents swiftly and repeatedly. So probably fighting type. So if I had to guess, grass dark, water fighting, fire electric? Oh wait, no, hold on. So water fighting and grass dark are against each other. So fire ghost would actually balance it out, at least a little bit. It would be a neutral party, kind of like how Empoleon is neutral against both Infernape and Torterra, because the steel doesn't affect the fighting, but the water affects the fire, and vice versa for Torterra. So, okay. I don't know. I guess it depends on the design. I would not prefer another fire ghost. The world of Pokemon has evolved. Open world RPGs in the Pokemon series. The newest chapters in the Pokemon series are coming to Nintendo Switch later this year, allowing you to explore freely explore freely in a richly expressed open world. So they're driving this whole open world thing to pretty hard. World of Pokemon has evolved. It can deliver one welcoming even newcomers to the series. You can experience a new style of adventure with a world that you're free to explore at your leisure and not in any order dictated by the story. You will, of course, journey to hone in your skills as a trainer, but many more discoveries await you. So I wonder if that means we do gyms in whatever order we want. Oh, that would be so good. Especially if the teams change, which I presume they would have to. Oh, that would be so good. If only we also got more than 8 gyms. Or, so, if there's a wider selection, imagine there's a gym of every type, but you only have to do 8 of them, right? That would be really cool, but I could also see that kind of being a little cheap, because then you can just pick whatever gyms is easiest for your team. Beat the grass gym, take a handful of fire types, or flying types, or whatever else. And bug and ice are arguably the weakest 2 types in the whole game. So their gyms, theoretically, would be decently easy to beat, especially if you choose them as your first ones. You can make the case and say, but if you do them for your if you do them for a couple of your later gyms, then they can have more competitively stacked teams. Well, that's just not true if you do them for the first couple gyms. So, I don't know. That's a little hit or miss. I love the idea, though. It's a great idea, having gyms in any order. I'm just kind of a little skeptical then on how the teams are going to be, or the types are going to be split up. It would be cool. I mean, obviously they're going to split it by types. We know that there's grass, fire, and ground. So, I don't know. We'll see. A deeper experience of multiplayer gameplay. Scarlet and Violet allow up to 4 players, period, Along with series staples such as trading and battling, you will be able to explore various locations of the region with other players. So if this is completely open world, to where there's no load times at all, and the only potential load times there are going into buildings, then I guess this means you can just connect to any player that you want, and then kind of go about your business. That's kind of cool. But I feel like you'd have to stay in some sort of proximity to whoever you're joined with. If you connect to your friend and your friend is basically hosting the party, I feel like you might have to be in a certain proximity of your friend. Because what's to prevent you from going to a spot that either they haven't accessed yet or anything else like that? So, cool. Really, really cool. Still have yet to... World of Pokemon has evolved. Okay, so these are the professors. Meet the characters. Let's do that. I think I like the Violet Professor more. I don't like the female professor's clothes. She looks like a barbarian. Which, I mean, like, I really like the whole, like, you know, strong survival motif that she's got going on. But I can't help but look at her and think of the Croods. But I do like, her design. Like, I really like her hair. I like the lab coat fur that she's got. I like the necklace. I just wish that she was wearing, I guess, full clothes with kind of this style. But it's not bad. It's alright. I do really, really like both of them. This guy looks like a youth pastor. And this girl looks like Aunt May from the MCU. So, really cool. Nimona, a powerful Pokemon trainer. Your friend Nimona has a sunny and energetic disposition, and she absolutely loves battling. She's an experienced trainer and serves as a reliable guide for you. She has undisputed skill, though it does not seem that she's the best at throwing Pokeballs. She's got something on her arm, too. And she's definitely older. Or she gives off that vibe. She's even got a little medal on her thing. Do we have that? We don't. And we're obviously younger. We are so much younger. We look like we're 10. So we don't have the arm thing either. So I wonder if the arm thing actually has to do with helping her throw the Pokeballs. But I wonder what issue she has specifically, because like throwing the ball, I can't imagine is that hard unless she just has some kind of like arm damage. Maybe it's like maybe she just doesn't know how to like aim, and it's an auto target tool, or whatever. But that's really cool. And then she's obviously older. It's probably what the medal refers to is the fact that she's an upperclassman. She just looks like an upperclassman too. So and she's a guide. So she's an upperclassman. She's basically adopted us. We are her freshy children. And that's it. So, pretty good. I kind of wish we got a little more information, because obviously we still don't know what the name of the region is. We didn't get the bird, which is a little weird. The bird, or the bug. We got the grass, and we got the rodent, and then we got the Pika clone. So, that's alright. But yeah, the bird and the bug are the only other two early route Pokemon that we're missing. And we don't have the region name. And I kind of wish we got the gimmick, although I'm fine with them holding off with the gimmick. I wish they would have teased it. Maybe they did, obviously, and we just don't know about it. Because like those little pit stops have some type of like place to park. So that might be related to the gimmick. But no, more like battle gimmick, Like Mega Stones, Z-moves, Dynamaxing. Maybe there's just no gimmick. Maybe there's no gimmick, and instead they're bringing everything back. That would be kind of cool, but I doubt it. They need some type of other selling point, which I guess could just be the fact that this is a open world RPG and multiplayer is really, really nice. But who knows? Who knows? But looks really good. Comes out in November. Are you going to get Scarlet, Violet? Are you still set on what starters you're picking now that we've seen them in 3D? What are your guys' thoughts? So, yeah. Anyways, this is Crimson Jake, logging out. Peace.